first time I realized that cannabis helped me was the first time I smoked it. It's been 3 days since I smoked. I am hoping to find something in Kansas City. I smoke to be the mother my children deserve, because they're really cool kids.
Drug use is an act of human misery. People take drugs to make themselves feel better or to escape. The genesis of the problem is in the consumer. And as long as there's consumption, there'll be a need for strict oversight. Because without that, society certainly can perish. But for the DEA and for our partners, victory is one step at a time. You look at it through the years, you realize that we have been victorious. And that pendulum of success is more on our side than their side.
Okay, yesterday we were flying over a ridge or a ridge line. Ended up being at least 2,000 plants in this drainage, about 3 miles that way. They're all in rows underneath the brush. A couple thousand plants. We're going to come in from the southwest. We're going to go off a little cul-de-sac, off of residential housing like townhomes, small homes. Be quiet going in, no talking. You know, we see anything, hand signals. Pay attention to me going in. As usual, we want to make sure that they're not in there and be covert when we get in there. If we have to chase somebody, so we're going to go and make the arrest and chase them no matter how long.
This is the very beginning of it. That was, Three-quarters of a mile like this. The water lake goes back down here. So pull it straight out of the drainage. About 600 yards that way is that culvert I was talking about. But this isn't 5, this is closer, probably 10. We got everybody. Where's secure the perimeter. Try to move quietly. We're going to go to the very far end of the garden, secure that, and then come back. I lied. It's not 2,000 plants. It's going to be like 10,000 plants.
On December 16th, U.S. Armed Forces invade Panama and bring to an end the 7-year dictatorship of Manuel Antonio Noriega.
I got into infantry and I really loved it. I was in battle. Probably the hottest situation was the capturing of Noriega in Panama. The Marines went in, we were fire support, and it was just brutal. Nine men lost that day. It's something that you don't want to witness. It's horrible. That is part of my post-traumatic stress.
Pressure washer contractor. I basically wash commercial and residential and industrial buildings. Make everything clean.
I suffered some very horrible post-traumatic stress as a child. When I was 7, I had a very traumatic incident happen to me. Me and my sister actually in a restaurant down off DeSoto Avenue in LA, California. My dad was a mob investigator for the LA County Sheriff's Department, and my mom worked as a secretary for Litton Industries. My mom and my dad had been separated partially because my father had a bad pill and alcohol problem. So we got together to kind of discuss the divorce, and also me and my sister have birthdays that are close, so we figured we'd celebrate me and my sister's birthday, and my parents would talk about the divorce, so we got together in this restaurant. When my dad got off duty, popped a bunch of pills, met us at the restaurant, an argument ensued. He stood up, no hesitation, pulled out his service revolver, stuck it right on her forehead, and that was the last anybody was to see of her head. Her head ended up all over me and my sister. The body just basically collapsed on me, and I just went empty. I was like a balloon, I deflated. My post-traumatic stress is horrible. I've had a horrible life. The saving factor was that I found pot. It saved me, saved my life. My nightmares were gone. I had no recollection of any vivid details of a lot of the horrible trauma I've suffered in my life. And it wasn't brain surgery, I knew it was the pot. You go off your medicine for a year, you're going to have some serious complications. And there was from me going off it a year. It was all of a sudden I'm off my post-traumatic stress medicine, and I totally went depressive. I totally went in the shell. I totally wanted to not be a living entity on this earth. I got consumed that much. I like those choices that California gives me. That I'm able to take the medicine I want to take. It's totally an incredible feeling to go to a pharmacy that prescribes marijuana to a patient for what ails you. Good afternoon.
Hi, how you doing today?
Good, how you doing? They aren't pharmacies as most people know them. They're basically a pharmacy that just deals in marijuana products, i.e. hash oil, edibles, and smokables. How you doing?
Good.
The one that I prefer to go, which is Horta Farm in Santa Barbara, California, is very professionally ran. It's the Starbucks of the marijuana pharmacies.
You're looking for indicas, right? For your...
I'd like to look for something, maybe a sativa for in the morning to get me going, a little bit of an up energy.
Well, I'll tell you what, for sativas right now, what I'm using, during the day to kind of stay a little bit more clear-headed is this Super Silver Haze.
And that's dominant sativa?
Yeah, that's a sativa dominant hybrid.